So, y'all, I just want to tell y'all real quick how I realized this lady was doing witchcraft and like a manipulation tactic. Whole time she was pretending to be my friend or like my sister in Christ. So, I don't have a vehicle. Excuse me, y'all. She don't have a vehicle. So, she has found ways to use people and manipulate them into giving her rides. So she sees that I sometimes need a ride too, especially when it comes to like going to the grocery store when I got to get like heavy cases of water, like stuff that I really can't carry. So, and then like I take the bus. So it's stuff I can't really carry on the bus. And paying a Uber or Lyft there or Uber and Lyft back or whatever. And sometimes I got to go to like 3 different stores. It can get expensive. So she found a guy that if we give him $20, he'll take us to the stores that we need to go to. Plus, he has a truck, a SUV, and he has a pickup truck. So he has the space. And then he could take like 2, 3 of us ladies that don't have vehicles. He could take 2, 3 of us at a time. So I'm trying to make the story short and sweet. So I thought her and the guy was dating. So she kept saying to me that I can call him for rides. And she kept trying to give me his number. And I'm like, no, I don't want his number because my experience with women's boyfriends, they always think they man want me or the men end up wanting me. So I'm already hip to the game. I don't want his number and I don't never want to ride with him by myself. Just out of respect for her because she made it seem like they were dating. She would tell me things like, oh, he's taking me on a date, or we're going to get something to eat. And then okay, so there was one time I had got in a car in the truck with her. And when she got out of the truck, he made it very known. It's like he waited till she got out the truck to tell me that they're not together. They've never been together. He don't ever want to be with her. And I'm like, why did he make it his business to tell me that? So I just brushed it off. I let people talk. So then when we finished with our little shopping trip, I couldn't even get the opportunity to tell her what he told me. As soon as we got out the car and got our stuff in the house, we came back outside to sit down to have conversation with each other. She automatically told me, yeah, me and him not together. And I'm like, is this a setup? Because he waited till you got out the car to tell me the same thing. And now you waited till he left to tell me the same thing that he said. You saying that y'all not together, y'all just friends. Okay, so they're both in their 60s. In my mind, they're older. They just need to talk, I guess. Maybe want to gossip. I don't know. Old people are set in their ways. I just wanted the ride. I don't care what y'all got going on. So every time he pulls up, she is encouraging me to come along for the ride if I need to go to Walmart, Roses, whatever, Food Line, whatever. So I'm like, okay. But when I would get in the vehicle, she would try to son me, like little girl me. Now, me being me, I'm only 47. She's 62. He's 60 something. I'm accepting the little girlness. I'm just going to let them little girl me because I'm trying to respect my elders. I really can get very disrespectful, but I be trying not to do that. I really be asking God to change me. So I'm just letting it happen, letting her little girl me. She would say stuff like, okay, this is how the manipulation and witchcraft work with her. Oh, you don't have to give any gas. Don't worry about that. Okay, but I'm a giving person and I don't like people doing stuff for me for free. So instead of me giving gas, when I would go in the store, I will buy him something like you ask him, do he want the popcorn? It's a specific popcorn I like. I'm always eating this candied popcorn, so I would get it. So I got him some, and I would get her some too. We love peppermint, so I grab a bunch of different peppermints, give him some, give her some too. If we stop at a fast food restaurant, instead of me giving gas, I pay for all of our food. I make sure we all get food. I pay for everything. It's coming up to $20, $30, $40. It's never been nothing cheap. So she would pay him gas, But when I would get out the car, she would tell him, you see, she didn't give you no gas money. You told me I didn't have to. Now, I found out all this after I cut her off and got a chance to speak with him. This is how I found out how she was sabotaging me. And basically, this is like a form of witchcraft. So then I noticed like she would have an attitude every time I'm hopping in the vehicle. But you insisted that I catch a ride with y'all. Like, is it a problem or not? So one day I'm helping this other guy out, and I was helping him put some food in his car. And she ended up, she knew the guy before I knew him. She ended up getting a ride from him. So the guy was like, do you need to go anywhere? You know, you could come with us. So I hop in the car. That was the first time I saw her catch an attitude. And I'm like, you got a problem with me going? So the guy was like, where do you need to go? He asked her where she need to go. She need to go to Food Lion. Then he asked me where I need to go. I need to go get my client some liquor from the liquor store. The liquor store is around the corner from the Food Lion, but you got to kind of drive to it. Around the corner in the south is, kind of up the street. But it's not far at all. It's less than a mile. Y'all, why is she going to say, you want to go to all these far places? I went one place and it's not far. It's literally right up the street. So slowly but surely, I started recognizing her tactics. So I'm like, yo, am I tripping? So I kept trying to brush it off. So while we in the car, the guy, when he was dropping us off, he was like, yeah, take down my number if you ever need a ride, whatever. I said, sure, I'll get your number. So as I'm getting his number, she's like, I'll give it to her. I'll give her your number. I said, no, I can get it from him right here. She didn't want me to get his number because she didn't want me to get the help, but I didn't realize that till after. So here she says, oh, you can have Mr. So-and-so's number. Now, this is the other guy who she gets rides from. She's trying to give me the other man's number. The man I thought was her boyfriend. I said, no, I don't want his number. I'm still thinking they got something going on. Even though they both told me they don't have nothing going on, they act like they got something going on. And I don't want to be in the middle of it. She insisted I take his number. So I didn't take his number then. Then another time came when the other guy giving us a ride, she insisted that I come along and she insisted that I get his number. So I waited till we all was in the car together. Why the man, I was about to ask him for his number, but I wanted to make sure they both was together when I got his number just to ask for rides. So the guy was like, Miss D, why don't you take my number? Now he said it in front of her. So she was like, yeah, take his number. So I'm like, okay, fine. She's like, yeah, because we all friends. So I take the number, unbeknownst to me that I was not supposed to take the number. Y'all, when I say this lady has put me on an emotional roller coaster. So I take the number, but I didn't really have to use the number because I still was trying to catch a ride when she got a ride. So it don't be no mess. Now, mind y'all, I'm not all the way smart, but I'm a little bit smart. Every time I get in a vehicle with them, I have two phones. I will put my earpiece in and call my boyfriend on one of the phones. And I would tell him, babe, I know you at work, but just be quiet. Just listen to what's going on. Because I'm telling my boyfriend, I'm not crazy, but something weird is happening. Am I tripping? I just wanted him to hear the conversation that was happening. So they never knew he was on the phone, but he was always on the phone every single time. So, we in the car, it was so many times that she needed my help and I'm jumping to the rescue. Y'all, this lady would call me and say she hungry. I ain't even fed myself. I ain't even cooked for myself. I would get up and cook her a full course meal because I'm just respecting my elders. Like, I don't have a motherly figure. My mama didn't really raise me. She was present, but she didn't raise me. So I still sometimes yearn for that mother. It's 8 siblings I have. We were never close. So sometimes I still yearn for that sisterly love or that brotherly love or whatever. So I'm thinking this older woman is kind of like a sister in Christ for me because she knows the word and she's very knowledgeable of it. Part 2. So I'm thinking she know the word. She's very knowledgeable in it. She does know the word. So I'm thinking she's my sister in Christ. So y'all, she would just say so much little slick stuff. And I would just kind of let it slide. So then when I ended up getting the man's number, I was like, well, I could call him on my own, and coordinate my own rides because she just started to, It was all I don't. I've never been overstimulated. I didn't know what overstimulation was until I met her. I got 5 kids. I was only able to raise 3 of them. Well, 2 of them completely, but 3 of them, one of them partially, and the other 2 I had to give up for adoption when I was younger. Long story for another video. So having children, I was never overstimulated by raising my children. Never. I'm always around a lot of people. I was never really overstimulated. I've never been an overstimulated person. I've always understood people where they are. But with her, I just could not understand what she really got going on, because she would act like we so cool, but then she would act funny. So, I'm gonna just fast forward to what happened day before yesterday. She knew I needed to go to the grocery store. Now, the day before that, he had took her to the grocery store. He took her everywhere she needed to go. I didn't ride with them. Then the next day, she knew I was supposed to be going. She wasn't going, but her daughter was going. So I figured it was just going to be me and her daughter, because I need to go to Sam's Club and I need to go to Walmart, and I'm about to get a lot of stuff, especially in bulk. So I need the space. Well, she comes out with her daughter and some of her grandkids, and she says, I could sit in the back, which is in the 3rd row seat. So you going to put me in the back with the kids? I was like, look, I'm already overstimulated. She was blowing up my phone earlier that day, asking, was I still going? And so I came out to the vehicle and I told the man, I said, look, I'm not going to go. You go ahead and take them, and then you could just take me tomorrow. I can pay my gas money. You could take me tomorrow. Now, mind you, he took them to every store they needed to go to. And it even was to the point where he had to come and bring them back here to the house, well, to their house, and unload and then go back because it wasn't enough room. I knew it wasn't going to be enough room. So that happened. I ended up falling asleep like later on that evening, because it was so much going on. And I was so confused with her actions, it drained me. So I fell asleep. I took a nap. She's blowing my phone up. And then she asked somebody where I was, and they was like, oh, she's asleep. She's blowing my phone up. Knowing I'm asleep, she's blowing my phone up. So I finally wake up and I answer my phone, because I can't sleep because it's constantly ringing, ringing, ringing. She's like, girl, what you doing? I said, I'm asleep. No, you're not. You lying. Now, mind you, she has called me a liar on numerous occasions. I've never lied to her. I don't have a reason to lie to her. But it hit me that last time she said, you a liar, and I really was asleep. And it kind of hit me like, what? So then she's telling me, yeah, well, he's going to rest tomorrow, so he'll give you a ride another day. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I said, I could find another ride altogether. I really don't care right now. Like, get off my phone is what I want to say. I'm tired. She's steady going on and on and on. And that's another thing too. She can realize you're tired. She's not going to hang up. She's going to keep talking. So I was like, I could find another ride. I don't even care. She was like, no, well, I'll just let him know, come get you in the afternoon about 1 o'clock, whatever. I said, whatever. I don't care. Whatever. Like, whatever. Bye. So then she calls me again and tells me, well, don't call him till the afternoon time, because he needs to get his rest. He usually be asleep or whatever. So don't call him till after 1 o'clock. I'm like, okay, bye. The next morning, she calls me at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11:30. I finally answered the phone, because I'm chilling till 1 o'clock when it's time to call him, right? She calls me at 11:30, 8, 9, 10, 11:30 to tell me, yeah, don't call him till 1 o'clock. You just told me that yesterday. Why are you blowing up my phone to keep telling me this? I said, I will call him at 1 o'clock. You already told me this. Well, no, don't call him. I'll call him. I said, no, I can call him, because I'll call him when I'm ready. Well, no. And I said, why are you trying to be in control of coordinating this ride for me? Leave me alone. Like, I'm tired. I already told you I'm overstimulated, because I had told her the day before, I'm overstimulated. I just cannot go with y'all. I just can't. I can't be bothered right now. And so you need to get that spirit off of you. It's no spirit on me. You are the spirit. Like, leave me alone. Now you're pressuring me. You're getting on my nerves. You pressured me into getting to know this man. You pressured me into taking this ride. You pressured me into taking his number. And the whole time you didn't want me to to know this man, to get the ride, to get his number, nothing. And then behind my back, you're telling him bad things about me. And I'm not even a bad person. You're trying to make it seem like I'm not paying my way, but I'm paying for everything. I literally was giving this lady the shirt off my back. Everything in my house I was giving to her. Nice stuff. Not no garbage, not no junk. I'm giving to her. So I was like, I'm going to call him. She was like, well, just do whatever you want. Hung up. Hung up. I let that slide. So finally, the man calls me and he was like, I'm on my way. I said, look, I don't even want to go anymore. Like, just go ahead. At this point, I don't even care to go to the grocery store anymore. I don't even want nothing anymore. I'd rather just starve at this point. So he was like, no, don't be like that. He said, well, what I could do, I could take her where she need to go. Then I'll come back and get you. I said, okay, we'll do it like that. But then I thought about it. I don't want to make this man go out his way. I could put my differences to the side and just go ahead and take the ride. So I was like, well, here's what we can do. When you come to pick her up, because I don't even understand why she need to go to the store again. This is 3 days in a row, but she only wanted to go because I was going. I said, just drop me off at Sam's Club. Take her where she need to go. I just don't feel like being bothered. I'm overstimulated. I don't feel like being bothered. Just drop me off at Sam's Club and I'll call you when I'm ready. Y'all, I get to Sam's Club. He dropped me off. I get out. They go handle their business. I had called him. He was like, yeah, she's in Walmart. I said, okay, well, I'm still shopping or whatever. And I'm going to get me something to eat. And I'm going to just sit down and relax and eat my pizza from Sam's Club. And when I'm done, I'll call you and let you know I'm ready. I said, but if you get done and you drop her off, then call me and let me know you have dropped her off. And I'll go ahead and be ready to go because I don't want to inconvenience him. So I'm sitting there chilling, minding my business, eating my pizza. She blow my phone up again. Y'all, she is calling me back to back, back to back, back to back. And I'm not answering. I'm like, yo, what is wrong with her? That's when it started clicking to me like something's wrong with her. So I sat there and I said, you know what? Let me just answer the phone because what if it's an emergency? Instead of answering, I called her back. You ain't answer your phone. I called you 3-4 times. I said, yes, you have. What do you want? Are you done? Because we need to know if we need to come get you. I said, I already spoke to him and told him what I'm doing. You a liar. You ain't spoke to him. He said he ain't spoke to you. I'm like, see, now this is the 100th time you done called me a liar. And I am over it. I said, excuse me. As soon as I said, y'all, she hung up. Excuse me? You're already calling me a liar. Now you're being disrespectful and hanging up in my face. Mind you, the whole entire time, my boyfriend is on the phone listening while he's at work. He chimed in. He said, did she just hang up on you? I said, yeah, she did. She literally just hung up in my face and called me a liar. So the man actually told her he didn't speak to me. The reason he said that, he said because he knew it was going to be a problem for him to come pick me back up. I don't know why it was going to be a problem for her, but she's the one that, she's the one that pressured me into taking this ride. Y'all, he drops her off and then he calls me and he comes and pick me up. Y'all, he was so excited to ride around with me just to conversate. He was not trying to talk to me or nothing. He knows I have a boyfriend and he knows my boyfriend be on the phone. My boyfriend lives 2 hours away. So my boyfriend sends me money for the rides. Y'all, me and the guy, he's telling me how upset she was. She's blowing my phone up. So the man wanted to go to Rose's because we get this popcorn that we love. And he knows I'm going to buy it for him. So we go to Rose's. And then, so mind you, I got dropped off at Sam's Club. Then he wants to go to Rose's to try to get the popcorn. And then I needed to go to Food Lion. So it's part 3. I promise this is going to be the last part. So I go to Rose's. They didn't have the popcorn that we like, but I ended up getting him some popcorn anyway. Y'all, she is blowing my phone up and then blowing his phone up. Like, if I didn't answer, she called him. If he didn't answer, she went and called me again. So I answer my phone. Mind you, my boyfriend is in my ear on my other phone, on my earpiece. I answer my phone. Are you still at Sam's Club? I said, didn't you just hang up in my face? You think I'm about to answer your questions and you just hung up in my face? You was very disrespectful. And this is how I'm talking to her. I'm like, you are very disrespectful. I have never disrespected you. I don't want to hear all that. And y'all, she hung up again. How many times do you think I'm going to allow you to disrespect me? So I get in the car with the guy. And he's like, yeah, she's blowing my phone up, blah, blah, blah. So she started calling his phone again while I'm sitting there. He was like, I'm not going to answer. I said, answer your phone. I said, you don't got to feel no type of way. Answer your phone. If you got to answer to her, answer your phone. Y'all, he answered the phone. Why is she sitting there like, did she give you gas money? Because she got you taking her all these other places. He took you 3 different places 3 days in a row. And you got a problem with me getting a ride to the stores I need to go to. And the guy, he really did not mind. I had bought him some pizza from Sam's Club. I had bought him a big thing of popcorn, a big thing of the cheese puffs. I bought him some sweet tea. Plus, I gave him $20 in gas. And the places I need to go was boom, boom, boom. Literally right in the same vicinity. Like, what is your problem, lady? So, y'all. And I asked him, I said, did you tell her I didn't speak to you? He said, yeah. He said, I just didn't want her to know so and so. And I get it. He's feeling intimidated by her. And I'm like, dang, she really is manipulating and really doing some witchcraft. And in the way she's talking to him is like, I'm trying to use him or I'm taking advantage of him. No, I'm not. You are. So we get to the house. And me and him just having a good old time talking. We laughing, we kiki and ha ha ha. And mind you, they are not together. They are nothing. He asked me to introduce him to this other lady on the end of the block that he likes. And I'm like, yes, I'll introduce you. So that really let me know they have nothing. He even said it over and over again. He has reminded me they are not together. They are just friends. He only give her rides and she gives him gas. Simple as that. We pull up. She come marching to his window. And so that was my opportunity to prove that I was not lying. So I walk up to her and him, they talking. I said, so let me make this clear. I said, Mr. So-and-so, did I not call you and tell you what I was doing and when I need you to come get me? He was like, yeah, you did call me. I said, and so I looked at her, I said, so don't call me a liar. I didn't call you no liar. I'm like, now you lying. I said, my boyfriend was on the phone the whole time. He heard the whole thing. Well, I don't care. Now, this is the attitude she's giving me. I've never had a problem with this lady, but she has always been doing this backhanded, manipulative type of stuff. But I'm just brushing it off, not paying it no mind. Y'all, I literally lost it. Like, and she was like, I don't care if we don't talk. Okay, we don't never have to speak again, boo. So I get my stuff and I go in the house and I am livid. Like I am livid. So then she called her peoples and telling them whatever story she want to lie and tell them. And they decide to involve themselves. Gonna go up to the man truck and tell him she don't get no more rides. Talking about me. That man called me and told me everything they had to say. I said, you know what? I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this. None of them don't have to speak to me. I'm good. Like, I cannot believe the way this lady just manipulated this whole thing. That's witchcraft. So, y'all, I done told the lady, I don't want nothing to do with you. Don't speak to me. Don't have nothing to do with me. I'm good. I'm minding my business, y'all. The whole time after that, not paying her no mind. I'm talking to my boyfriend on the phone. He's concerned because he's like, yo, now mind you, my boyfriend been telling me to leave her alone. And the guy that I look out for who has autism, he been telling me to leave her alone. She's not really my friend. A few other people has been telling me she's not really your friend. Leave her alone. But I didn't pay it no mind. But my boyfriend, every time he's on the phone, he catches on to what she's doing. And he keep questioning me about it. And he gets upset with me because I'm allowing her to manipulate me. So y'all, the next day come, I'm in my bed. I'm sleeping. I hear a knock on the door. I'm not paying it no mind. I'm thinking it's the pharmacy, probably leaving my medicine. I hear a knock on the door again. I hear a knock on the door again. So I'm like, well, maybe it's maintenance. You know, if they knock but so many times and nobody answers, they'll use their key to come in. But nobody ever used the key to come in. So then I hear the knock. It gets louder and louder and louder. And she's constantly knocking nonstop, will not stop. So I finally get up and I go walk to the peek hole. I see it's her. I came back in my room. I said, she'll go away. She did not go away. She kept knocking, and she kept knocking even harder. So I finally said, I don't care who you are, stop knocking on my door. She knocks even harder. I got something to give you. Open the door. I said, stop knocking on my door. Y'all, it got to the point where I had to yell and curse and say, stop knocking on my effing door. And I don't even curse, y'all. I had literally had to go to God and ask for forgiveness for this. But she made me so angry. Stop knocking on my effing door before I call the police. She gonna say, call the police, and knock again. And y'all, she kept knocking even more after that. So the Holy Spirit was like, do not open the door and do not take nothing else from her. It's witchcraft. I'm like, yo. So then the guy that was giving us rides, he's calling, he is blowing my phone up too the whole day, telling me the stuff that she was saying before. She been had a problem with me. She been didn't want me getting in that vehicle. And I'm just sitting there like, what? Like, all this is coming out now, but she the one offered the ride. She the one offered like, y'all, she the one that forced me to take the number to call him to get the rides. But then she would get in the car and talk about me. She offered me the ride, but then sabotage it so that I don't get the ride. Y'all see the witchcraft in it? Like, they'll reel you in with something good and then drop you like a bad habit. And she kept doing me like that. And I'm like, yo, something really wrong with her. And my boyfriend kept saying, yo, leave her alone. Something is wrong with her. I was not paying it no mind. Finally, y'all, she stopped knocking on my door. When I say I don't want nothing to do with her ever again, I did not realize what she was doing. And then, like, she would go around to other people and tell them bad things about me. Everybody's been coming back to me, telling me what she's saying about me. But in my face, she's acting like I'm the best thing since sliced bread. And I'm the only one that has been there for her. I'm the only one that cares about her. She had 2 surgeries. I'm the only one that went and made sure she was good. Like, she literally was manipulating me. And when I say she got pissed off that I didn't answer my phone and I would not open my door, y'all be careful with the people you messing with. Be careful with the people you get involved with. I'm thinking this lady is a woman of God. Whole time she is doing witchcraft. And then when I started realizing the people that she listened to, that preacher, she listens to Prophet Lovey. And I used to listen to him, and God revealed to me that he does witchcraft to leave him alone. The people that she listens to, that preachers, do witchcraft. She talks to them personally on the phone. I'm not even lying. I am so mad that this happened. Move, my stomach growling. I am so mad that this happened because I really thought she was a woman of God that really cared, loved the Lord and cared about people and just wanted to help people. No, she's going to reel you in and drop you like a bad habit. And I seen what she does. I don't even want to mention her kids. I'm not even going to mention them. But it's one of her grandkids. I see how she manipulates him, and he gets so angry and so upset. And I used to think that little boy was just disrespectful. No, he's not disrespectful. Because it was one time I caught her. She called him a liar, and he was not lying. He really was not lying. And I witnessed the whole thing. And I checked her on that. I said, why are you doing him like that? And she treat him different from the other grandkids. And I checked her on that. I said, why are you doing him like that? And you confusing him. You making him think he did something wrong. He didn't do nothing wrong. I see why he disrespect her, and I see why her kids disrespect her. She's a very manipulative person, and she's doing witchcraft. I never want nothing to do with her. Y'all, I'm so mad I put myself in this position. Anywho, that's the end of the story. I'm baffled. Stop letting people in your life. It don't matter how good they look, how much they make Christ look. Stop letting people in your life. Oh, this is one more thing I wanted to say, how I realized that she really is doing witchcraft. So she has a son, and she gets his money. And she has to give him a certain amount of money. So whenever she gets his money, she don't give him his portion right away. And I'm trying to tread lightly on what I say because I'm very cool with him. She dangles his money over his head. She makes him get so upset throughout the day. It's like she waits for his anger to keep going up and up and up and up. And at the point where he's like ready to blow, then she gives him his money. Now he goes and does certain things with this money. When he does what he does, he's already got the anger inside. So the stuff that he's doing makes the anger even more heightened. So it makes him do crazy stuff. So whenever he's not around her, he's the chillest, coolest person ever. But as soon as she come around, he just all of a sudden become a whole mental case. So I started realizing that. I'm like, yo, could it be her that's like causing him to react this way? Because he ain't like this, other times. Like, he's good. Y'all, she purposely makes him angry. And then she manipulates his mind. And then she tries to tell people, that's that spirit on you. That's that spirit on you. No, you the spirit. She's the spirit that's on him and everybody else that's causing people to be upset. When I say she draws bad things to her, so like it's like she'll go into certain atmospheres and then all of a sudden when she leave, that atmosphere is wreaking havoc. I ain't gonna put too much out there, but that's another thing that made me realize she's doing witchcraft. She's a whole witch. Like, she really will manipulate a situation and then run and play victim and make you look like you the bad person. And then she'll really act like she didn't do any of that and come back to you like nothing ever happened, like everything's cool. Whole time she was in the cut wreaking havoc. And y'all, when she was knocking on my door talking about, I got to give you something, after I just had fussed her out the day before and said, I want nothing to do with you, I want to speak to you. Why are you trying to give me something? You don't have nothing that belonged to me. I don't want, even if it did belong to me, I don't want it. I don't want nothing you got. Like, the more I sit and now that things are playing over in my head, the stuff that she did, it's showing me more and more the witchcraft that she was doing. She literally forced this thing on me to take this man number and get rides from him. And then when I finally gave in, then she made it seem like it was a problem because she kind of like had this attitude towards me. But when she was planting the idea in my head, everything was good. Oh yeah, he's so nice, he this and that. The minute I took the bait, she would catch an attitude. And then when I wasn't around, she would talk bad about me to him. But then when I come around, she's speaking decent of me. Y'all, it's bothering me because I never saw psychological witchcraft like this. Normally, I'm thinking of witchcraft. I'm thinking of people doing casting spells, wearing them beads and stuff like that. I didn't realize this manipulation stuff, like this one right here, God showed me. Like, God has shown me another form of witchcraft that people do that I need to keep my eye open about. I ain't never gonna forget this. I ain't never gonna forget this. And one thing about it, do not take nothing from people that you know is doing witchcraft. I don't care if it's money, because my mama used to do this. And that's another thing. I should have caught on to this because my mama used to do what she do. And my mama would always use money to reel me back in. Like, they will always find a way to reel you in. They're going to use something. It's just like how witches use candy to reel kids in. Most adults who are doing witchcraft use money to reel adults in. Yeah. Or things like they know that can probably help you, but they're going to sabotage it. Y'all, it's so crazy to me. It is so crazy to me because my mama used to do the same thing. Reel me in and then drop me like a bad habit and then try to reel me in. It's narcissistic. It's very narcissistic. And I'm just like, yo, I should have caught on to this because God has been revealing the narcissist to me. He's been revealing the witchcraft to me. And another thing too, y'all, real quick. I was having so many bad dreams. Like, I was having dreams that animals was chasing me. eating in my dreams and stuff like that. And I started looking up what those dreams mean, and it's someone doing witchcraft on you, but it's usually someone you're connected to. And I kept asking God, I'm not connected to anybody. I just about cut everybody off, but I was never expecting it to be her. Another thing too that made me realize that she was doing witchcraft, y'all, out of nowhere, we got owls at the top of the building. We got black crows flying around. We got long black snakes trying to crawl up the steps. We got woodpeckers peckering, frogs. And it was so many frogs. It was so many unclean animals. Raccoons everywhere. The raccoons used to stay on the corner. Now they coming all through the apartment complex. Y'all, they all would come right here around our building. I started seeing so many unclean animals, and I'm like, God, why is there so many unclean animals around here? And I'm praying and I'm trying to pray this stuff away. Whole time it's her spirit. It's her. And I did not expect it. And because I broke that connection between me and her, and because I've been in here praying, she's trying to get back into my house. That was another thing too. Every time she would come down the steps and knock on my door, she would barge up in my house. Y'all, she would come all through my house, come up in my room and everything. And I used to be like, don't get me wrong, I would go to her house too. But I wasn't like overbearing like she was. She was just overbearing. And it was becoming too much. And then she would look around and always spot something that she wanted out of my house. And she know I'm going to give it to her. I cut that demon off. I cut that demon off. She was so mad. I wish y'all could have seen the fire coming from her nose when I cut her off. She was so mad that I didn't answer my door. She was so mad I did not answer my phone. Like you could see steam coming out her head. Yo, when I say I want nothing to do with this lady, I'm telling you, if she come anywhere near me, I promise you I'm calling the police. I will get a restraining order against her. I will call the police. I'm not playing. I'm that woman that will call the cops on you. I told her before, leave me alone. And I got everything on camera. She better leave me alone. Anywho, y'all, that's the end. If y'all start seeing them weird animals, them unclean animals coming around, somebody doing witchcraft, and there's somebody connected to you. And it's people you least expect. You having dreams of animals chasing you, or you eating in your dreams, or you getting married or kissing or having sex in your dreams, stuff like that. Y'all, that's witchcraft. Somebody connected to you is doing witchcraft on you. And because I had gave her so much stuff that I had, she probably got my DNA. So now I got to go in the spirit room and tear that thing down, burn it by fire, Lord, and make it disintegrate. And any residue, send it into the abyss. I got to go with my warfare prayers on her. Whew. Crazy work.